Hello and welcome to another TreadNet video process learning where we go through some of the processes and changes in the new TreadNet ordering system. Today we're going to be talking about delivery receipts now, or DRs. One thing we wanted to go through first is what this was actually called an Entirenet and kind of go through the transfer and the changes for that here. So as you can see, this is going to be the view of the old Entirenet from previous users. If you were not using Entirenet to order your product, before this training is not going to be applicable. So if you're using anything like Madden Co or anything along the lines, please disregard this, and you can go ahead and go about the way that you would normally be doing this process. But for previous users of Entirenet, for delivery receipts, we would be in the actual BFDI transactions, which you can see up here. And this is where you have the ability to create a new delivery receipt. You have your receipts showing up here incomplete, as well as any kind of ticket number. So kind of wanted to show this transition over to the new process, which will be going in there here. 1 second here. And this is the way the delivery receipts will show up on here. So you're in your main dashboards of TreadNet, and on the left-hand side, you're going to see your delivery receipts button there. So once you click on there, you're going to come to your delivery receipts. Now this is going to show up all of the delivery receipts that you have available for this particular ship to or sold to. At the top, you have your number, type, status, any kind of PO number, entry, and then, of course, provided and service to party. These can all be altered and changed. You can also use the advanced filters up there. When the advanced filters are clicked, you have a series of different ways to search this. Now, I'm going to show you what these look like. As you can tell, you got your date, you got your DR source, you got your type, as well as any kind of status. So once you select those, you can change these however you so be, and then click apply, which will then change the actual list before going down here, so you can actually kind of minimize or show or narrow down the search for a particular DR. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to how to create a DR. Now on the top right, you're going to see, as we have highlighted here, you have a delivery receipt button. Clicking on that will bring you to the main screen. You're going to have your little form that you start with here. You got your servicing party, and then you have your default service party, which you can change. So if you're assigned to multiple different sold tos or shipped tos, you can actually change that and drop down based on that. Now the next part we're going to go through two different processes here. We're going to first go through a dealer to dealer transaction. So if this is a dealer to dealer transaction, we're going to go ahead and click on yes. Once you click on yes, you're going to use the service party. Now you can go ahead and put the account number, name, address, or you can use the search. As you can see, this is kind of like a sample search method for it. As you go through that, you'll see all the lists available. And then if you have that highlighted over here, again, some service party accounts do not accept a dealer-to-dealer transaction and cannot be selected. If you cannot select the correct service to party, please bill on the local books. But for this instance, we're going to go ahead and just go through an example of how to process this through. You'll click on the select button, which will be the action part. And then that'll populate all their information in here. We do have this blurred out for proprietary reasons, but this will have all their necessary information on there. Going to the next part is where we have to go through the setup, where we're going to put the delivery receipt number. And as you can see, you can highlight on these question marks, which will bring up some process. Now, these are the only two that are required, but again, the more information you put in, is going to be more content available for that particular DR. So you got your receipt, delivery date, purchase order number, any kind of approver or program name. Also, if there's any kind of driver information, location, as well as any kind of party comments. Once that's filled out, we're going to go into adding the lines of service regarding to either tires or service. Now, this can actually be used to search any kind of article number, any kind of service. So once you put that in there, you can type in the article number here, and then it'll populate with the quantity. And of course, this is just an example of how the search works. You'll put this on here. You'll see the article number over here, which you can click on, or you can choose the choose article. We recommend using the choose article, which will automatically put it in there. You can see it will be verified. We've got the quantity. Now, if there's more than one line item in here, of course, you want to go ahead and just go to the next one, so on, so on. You don't need to delete the ones that are not in there. Now, if there's more than 5, there is an actual ability to go. If you see at the top here, there's an add button, which will populate more lines below it. After you're done, any kind of credit release number, fleet authorization number that you need to put in there, you can do that as well. And you click on next. Once you click on next, you're going to have like a summary. Now you can go through this, just make sure to verify if anything needs to be edited. Click on the edit box to the right of each section. Now once you're done and this receipt is good, you can hit the submit receipt, which will then get you a confirmation number. And this will again have all the descriptions within there. So from this screen, we're going to go ahead and continue, and I want to go through a different process in regarding to doing a non-dealer to dealer transaction, or DR. So we would just from this screen, we would click on the create delivery receipt, or from the main screen, you can click on that. Now, here's the visual of what would happen if you hit the no on the dealer to dealer transaction. And I just selected a few of these just to kind of show examples for it. But again, you want to make sure to alter that based on the actual receipt that you're trying to file. But, is this delivery receipt for a customer billed locally? No. Is this a tire sale? Yes. Is the service done on a specific vehicle? No. Any kind of these selections will populate possibly different options that you have to select and choose per that particular customer. And again, we have our same process with our service party, putting in the service party. And now the delivery receipt is not for a dealer-to-dealer transaction. Please verify that the party entered is a fleet account. So this will populate different fleet accounts. You'll see them on the left, and then you'll have the ability to select them on the right. So once you found the one that you're needing to do this with, you hit the select on the right. And there's a couple other things, the same kind of process that we talked about earlier in regarding to like the delivery receipt number, date, any kind of other options. There is one up here that states, is this DR for a Firestone national account? Make sure you click yes or no on that to make sure that that goes through, and that puts that on that DR. And then we got our tires and services. Like I mentioned, we got the add button. You can use the search button to put the necessary articles in there for this particular DR. And as you can see, here's just an example again. And then after you're done with that, just go ahead and hit on next. And again, you got your summary, and then you got the ability to submit. Of course, the information does change, and if anything needs to be altered, of course, you have the edit on the right. You're hitting the submit on there. Now, the next one we want to look at is where you can just go ahead and view the current delivery receipts that are available. So we're back at our main dashboard for delivery receipts. And on the left-hand side, you're going to see the DR number, which is a clickable link. Clicking on one of those will populate kind of just the options or details that we see here. That's not editable from this screen, but as a process, you can see that this one's sent to billing. You can go through the party information and make sure everything's correct, and even print this from there. Includes our delivery receipt walkthrough for dealers. We hope this it allows the transition from Entirenet to TreadNet to be very smooth. So I kind of wanted to show you, what it looked like in the previous system and now what it's going to be like in the TreadNet system. We hope this helps you out in making that transition a lot smoother and going over your delivery receipts. Thanks again for listening and watching, and hope you guys have a great day.